Good morning. Things are unfolding in a way that you would expect to be obvious to everyone. There are things that are obvious. It's in the eyes, in front of the eyes of everyone. And somehow can be seen. Why? So there are, as we talk about many times in this channel, there are those trails left in the sky creating sort of like clouds that are not covering the sun and making the weather acting in a very unusual way, and it's in front of everybody's eyes, but seems like that not everybody can see it. Same to what is happening worldwide with the those made up wars that are obvious to anyone that can give some attention to things happening that it's obvious that are happening because in purpose something or someone wants to happen in the way they want at the time they want. There are like an agenda behind that, as like to try to get rid of cash, introduction of technology, and so on. That it's obvious, it's absolutely obvious that it's leading to a society where it has to be in only one way, and anyone that disagree won't be part of it. So it's obvious. It's obvious. Like you cannot see it, but somehow many people cannot see it. It's like the way they perceive things are have been corrupted, that they cannot feel or perceive things in a certain way. Um, After the mass vaccination, cancers, heart diseases, and various diseases basically skyrocketed, and that's something that you can talk with any doctor, and they will tell you that is a fact. And again, if you know give some attention, you realize that it's obvious, but again, somehow most of the people cannot see it. Our society is not sick by accident and is not poor by accident. It's created by design. All the economic collapse, all the economic depressions, or the inflations, all the increase in mortgages and the interest rates is not an accident. It's by design, and it's obvious that wars are started in purpose to use it as an excuse for inflated prices that basically create an economic disaster. And because all we've been taught is to rely to the economy, and the way we go through life is through work, getting wages, pay bills. So all he created it's a state of constant fear. So it's obvious to me, that is made by design. And the design is to keep all of us in a constant state of fear and to focus our energy on this madness. And look at me. I could be here talking about, you know, my hobby, or I could talk about the countries I visited and all the adventures I went through, and I'm here to talk about this. So, poverty is not an accident. You can make countries poor, entire continents poor, and that's what has been done for ages. Like Africa is not poor by accident. Africa is poor by design. Asia isn't poor by accident. Asia is poor by design. And the so-called Western world is not, doesn't have more resources by accident. It's all by design. All is by design. You create one part that is poor, one part that is slightly wealthier. Then you use the poor to work for the rich. The poor will work for less, and they will work more, and that's it. And that's how you maintain your control, your power, and so on. And this is only like one layer of it, because then you have the one that is basically playing with all of us, and they don't even need to work, or don't even need people to work for them. They are the one that print the money. They print money from thin air, so they have like unlimited resources. They don't need to make more money. They have as much as they want. They are just psychopaths playing with our lives. You walk on the street and you see poor people and no one giving a shit. They're walking around, they look at them and they fucking move on. Why? Not because they're bastards or because they're bad, but because we've been basically raised to just accept the fact that you have poor people and you have homeless people. I mean, it's in front of our eyes, the waste. Like, I was born in a part of the world where you have extra food, you throw in the bin. You have extra clothes, you throw in the bin. And you are walking around on the streets and you have people that live on the street, or you go and travel in those exotic countries where people literally have very little. You come back and you tell the story, like the local culture, there are those people on the street. And we've just been raised to accept the fact that it's normal that at the end of the day you work in a coffee shop and all the extra fucking food go in the fucking bin. You've been raised to be, to accept like as normal that while you are paying taxes to recycle, you go in supermarket and everything is a fucking wrapped in plastic. Then at the end of the day, tons and tons of food is thrown in the bin. And then we watch those videos on the internet how they shows that send some money to help those people that have no food, send some money to those people that are dying for starvation, send some money. They literally treat us as stupid little puppets, and they know that all they need to do is just to raise us in a certain way so that even if the obvious is in front of our eyes, even if what is evident is in front of our eyes, we won't see it. Like, and we can't, we won't. I mean, like, I talk to people that tells me about how in Africa people is dying for starvation, but at the end of the day, they grab the food, they throw in the bin because they've been told that tomorrow is gonna arrive. No, more food will arrive, and then, there's nothing wrong with that. It's it's normal. So we've been raised to be stupid, and whoever have control over this society knows that you just need to program the population in a certain way, and you don't have to be worried about. And if for whatever reason the population somehow self-learn and understand things, you just create a situation that will completely disrupt and confuse and bring destruction. And that's what is happening. Like, naturally, people would tend to help each other. I'm convinced of that. I'm convinced. But to be self centered, egocentric, and to focus only on ourselves is something that needs to be taught. Yeah, of course, you can have exception. You can have exception. You can have people that were born naturally psychopath, like we have so many now, so many, especially in leadership positions. But I'm convinced that people naturally would help each other if they were not being indoctrinated and brought to basically to the hedge against the wall for surviving. I mean, I remember a long time ago I used to travel to Venice a lot, spending weekends there, and to save money, I would sleep anywhere. I would sleep on the benches, inside the ferries. So one day, the ferry was closed, so I couldn't sleep inside. They used to be open at night, and uh, they kicked me out from Saint Mark Square in Venice, because the police didn't want people sleeping in the Saint Mark Square in Venice. So I ended up in front of the train station that was closed. So I lied on the pavement that was made of marble, and trying to sleep. But it was cold and hard, and it was very hard. So I was keep rolling until there was few homeless sleeping there. Until one of the homeless came with a bunch of cardboards and told me to place it on the floor on top of me, and that would basically make the surface warmer, less hard, and the cardboards on top would keep me warmer. I I never been helped by anyone that had money enough to help, and most of the time they were the one with most of the money that would actually try to fucking rip me off. But every time I had to deal with the poorest, the one that I had the biggest help. So that's show me through life that the theory that the humans are bad naturally is a bullshit. Because when you make people believe that we are naturally aggressive and naturally dangerous, then you can create rules so that to control them, to tame them. So if you make people believe that without rules and control we would kill each other, you will accept the rules, and then you will accept to be controlled, and you will accept all the bullshit. I mean, I will never get tired to say that they made us to believe to be normal to hold the passport and to be inside the imaginary border, free range human beings. That's what we are. and we accepted it, and we're fighting for that. So they made us believe all of this bullshit. They made us believe that, you know, we have a nationality. They made us believe that we need to work. And they made us believe that we needed to fucking been on a daily basis working so fucking hard to achieve a success that is a success that they decided to be success. And we've been working hard for years and centuries. We've been getting sick. We've been killing each other. They can make us believe whatever they want. And we need to understand this. The world is a weird place. There was a period that I thought I knew what was all this about, and with the time as the time passing by, and I getting less and less, you know, sure about what all of this is about. That's why all my focus is only to try some relief in people's life and try to do just my best I can to be a better person and to share and be kind. No easy, and I don't know if I do it right. I don't know if I do it wrong. I just know that I want to do good for others because the only things I know. I have no answer to why I exist. I don't have answers why all this madness it's here in the first place. I don't understand the reason of all this suffering. I don't understand what it's all about. I only know that somehow if I'm nice and kind, people are happy. If I punch them in the face, they get upset. And that's the only sure things that I know. So you can't be poor by accident. You are poor because someone or something decided that you gonna be poor and someone gonna be rich. There is no a lack of resources in this planet. There always been enough for everyone, and who had more could give to who had less. And there always been places with more, a place with less, but then place that had something else that could give it to the place that had something else. Some places had more food, some places had more water, some places had more fruits, some places had more veggies, some places had more sun, some places had more rain, and so there is always a balance. So naturally there is a balance. Naturally everyone can have as much as they need, but it's been set by design a system where some has to be the poor and some has to be the rich, and then every now and then the parts will swap. Wake up, fucking wake up. This weather has been going like this for ages. There's no weird clouds. There are no clouds. There has been a layer of who knows what fucking is for weeks. Nothing, no light come through. No light, no food grows. No food grows, where you gonna buy it? Guess what? All the richest are buying all the farms. All the richest are buying all the land. And if they decided, once they control the food we eat, that we don't deserve to eat, what are you gonna do? If they can control the weather now, they can control everything. If you will be in control, and trillions will be fucked. Wake up.